Good morning, Facebook Live. This is Bill Have from Auto Approved, and it's the last day of the month. As some of you know, some of you don't even notice, but in the car business, the last day of the month is like a holiday every month, where everybody's goals for the month and everybody's quotas and everybody's paychecks depends on today. So it is the last day of July, and we have to sell 17 cars. So yesterday we sold 6 cars and we have 5 deals pending. So now that I am a leader here and a floor manager, I don't necessarily per se care about how many cars that I sell individually. Obviously the more the merrier, because it helps contribute to 100, but I'm more concerned about the whole store selling 100. So just like yesterday, we got our whole squad out here doing Facebook Live. I hold the meeting every day, and I made it mandatory. I said, everybody, like, we got the accountant, we got the BDC, we got our sales guys, we got a bunch of people who are not comfortable with doing Facebook Lives doing it, because Nikki got 1,000 views yesterday on her video, and that was her first video ever on Facebook, so they were trying to do it together. Actually, check this out. Tina and Nikki were trying to do it together. I was like, hell no, you gotta do it separately. Look at everybody getting it. So that makes my heart happy. But today too, I want to just kind of tell everybody a quick little story on my background in the car business and how I got started. So I'm gonna try to set my phone up here so that you can actually, so you can actually see me. Your arm starts to hurt when you just hold the phone like this. So I'm gonna try to put it on a car and talk to y'all. You're gonna want to hear this. This is gonna be my story on how I got started in the car business and my journey since then. So let me get my phone set up here. How's everybody doing? Alquan, what's up, brother? Scott, Kirsley, Nick, Marcus Newsom, James. All right, here we go. There we go. All right, so I don't know how many people know. I tell all my customers, every customer I have, I tell them this story and how I got brought in the car business. So just for my live viewers and my Facebook audience, I want to explain to you how I got in the business and how it's gone since, leading up to me becoming a floor manager. So in November of 2014, I was getting my hair cut in a barbershop, and it was after a long day of roofing. I was dirty as hell. I had mud all over me. I was wearing boots, and I was having a rough day. So I'm sitting there, and my barber asked me how my day was going. So I just kind of said good, like everybody else always does, and he could tell that I wasn't. He's like, nah, man, what's wrong? Like, what's bothering you? You had a rough day at work? And I was like, dude, I hate my job. I get paid $10 an hour under the table. I had no cell phone at the time. I was living with my mom. I had no car. I had no driver's license. I had nothing. So the guy who was sitting next to me getting his hair cut, he's the general manager of the first store that I started at. And he ended up, small talking with me and saying, I'd love to help you out. Actually, too, in that story, I was talking about how I was about to have a kid. So this woman, her name is Nicole, me and her were just friends. And of course, we ended up hooking up one night, and after that it made things awkward, so we didn't even talk after that. We didn't talk for a month after that, and the next time that we talked, she told me she was pregnant. So here I am, this kid who's got nothing. I was 22 years old. I'm 26 now. So I was 22, I had nothing, like I said, no phone, no job, no car, no license, no nothing. Living at home with my mom. So this girl tells me she's pregnant, and I'm like, oh my God. So at the barbershop, I'm telling him all this. And he gives me his business card. His name's Eric Watson. And we don't get along too good right now, but I mean, I always have mad respect for that guy, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be selling cars and I wouldn't be able to support my family the way that I do. So, what the hell was I saying? Yeah, so we're talking in the barbershop, and he gives me his business card and said, I would love to help you out. And I thought to myself, a car salesman, like, I hate car salesmen. Why would I want to become one? I hate car dealerships, like, why would I ever want to even, be one of those people who are hated? So I shrug it off. I stick the card in my pocket. I say thank you, and I'm just being polite. So about 2 weeks later, this was before everybody got the chips in their credit cards, right? So this was when you just swiped it. You didn't insert the chip in any machine. So I'm trying to figure out, I'm going to become a dad. I don't know how I'm going to be able to support this kid if I can't support myself, so how am I going to support two and become a good dad? So I tried to sell these credit card machines to where every business was going to now need one, because if the cards are getting chips in them, they're going to need a chip reader. So I thought this was an easy sale. I would go to every business and I would sell them something that they had to have. So I go back to my barber. First spot I go to, right? I go back to the barber and I'm like, listen, man, you're cash only. I got a great solution to your problem. Everybody has to go to the ATM and get money and come back. And I'm trying to sell him this for like a half an hour. And his name's Sal. He owns 5 Points Barbershop in Bath. So some of you guys know where that is. So I ended up saying to him, you know, can you please help me out? Can you please get a credit card system? And he's like, bro, stop trying to sell this bullshit, because there was a dude in my barbershop who gave you his business card the other day who wants you to sell cars. That's a solution to your problems right there. And I'm like, no, bro, I don't want to sell cars. I don't know nothing about cars. You know, I'm not doing that. So he picks up his phone and he starts dialing. And I'm like, what are you doing, bro? And he's like, no, I'm calling this dude and I'm having him talk to you. And I'm like, I just told you I don't want to do it. Next thing you know, he's on speakerphone. This dude answers, and I'm like fighting him for his phone, and he's like stiff arming me away while he's on speaker. So anyways, long story short, he ends up saying, well, can you come down right now? And he's like, yeah, he's coming right now. Now at this point, I was borrowing my mom's car. I had like a quarter tank of gas, I remember, because I couldn't drive from Bath all the way to Phillipsburg and not run out of gas. So Sal gives me 10 bucks for gas. I go all the way out there. I did not want to. And I interview with the 3 managers out there. Ken Hittner, who's my sales manager here, was actually one of the guys I interviewed with. So they ended up interviewing me, and for some reason they saw something in me and they hired me. He said, as long as you can bring your driver's license tomorrow, or actually he goes, can I make a copy of your license? And I was like, I patted myself down, you know, acting like I forgot it or something, when I didn't even have one. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot my license. And he's like, dude, you forgot your license to a job interview? And I was like, yeah, dude, I'm so sorry. He's like, well, if you don't come tomorrow with it, I'm not hiring you. You can't work here. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm thinking in my head this was all just for nothing, you know? So I call my mom outside and I'm like, Mom, I got hired, but I need to have my license tomorrow and I don't have my license. So it was like $100 fine that I had to pay or something stupid. So I had to go, I didn't have time to pay the fine through the mail and then have them mail me a restoration letter. So I ended up driving to Harrisburg after I borrowed gas money from my mom and money for my license to pay the ticket. I ended up going to Harrisburg that same day. It was like a 2-hour drive from where I'm at. 2 hours there, 2 hours back. I get my license. I show up the first day. Now, I'm blessed to be able to wear suits now today, but when I first started, my first day, I had a pair of sneakers that had holes in them, and I had a pair of jeans on with a dress shirt that was probably $10 at some outlet store. So I show up there, and the general manager is like, dude, you cannot work here looking like that. You can't wear sneakers and you can't wear jeans. And I'm like, I got no money, bro. And I got no car to go to Kohl's and to be able to buy clothes. So this dude gives me his credit card and the keys to his car. And he's like, go get a pair of dress pants and go get a pair of dress shoes. So I hold the panic button to his car, and I'm outside, and I'm holding it, and I see it's a Genesis. So that was his demo at the time. So I get in the car, I hop in, like it has like a welcome chime, it has a heads-up display, which is like a camera that shines on your windshield telling you the speed limit of the road, like how fast you're going. Crazy. I've never seen this before in my life until I hopped in that car. Panoramic sunroof, heated seats, cooled seats, automatic emergency braking. It's got the lane keep assist, keeps you in your lane. I'm like, holy shit, they make cars with things like this in it? Because mind you, I didn't have a car. My first car was a 97 Ford Escort, you know? So I grew up poor. And so he gives me his keys, gives me his credit card. I go to Kohl's, I'm driving this car, and I said to myself, it changed my life, because I'm like, I am going to buy this car one day. I'm going to do whatever it takes to own a Hyundai Genesis Ultimate Package, fully loaded. And 2 years later, actually, I was at Honda. I left Hyundai to go to Honda. There wasn't much traffic at Hyundai. You know, their slogan was, when you're lost, you're here. Great ownership. Love my managers, but, you know, just the store. I was doing my dashboard diaries, and then once I started doing that, a lot of other dealerships from the Lehigh Valley started recruiting me, you know, after maybe 100, 200 dashboard diaries. So once I kind of put myself on the map in the Lehigh Valley, then I had other dealerships offering me things, so it was hard to stay there where there wasn't much traffic. When I had a dealership up the road at Phillipsburg Easton Honda who was offering me, you know, hey, come work for us. So it was really, really cool, and I ended up leaving and going there, and after 3 months of working at Phillipsburg Easton Honda, I went back and bought the Genesis, the same Genesis that he gave me the keys to, that I ended up hopping in the car and going to Kohl's and getting my dress clothes, you know, and making it happen. So now here we are, 4 years later, and you know, now I have over 1,000 cars sold, and I'm the creator of Dashboard Diaries, and I've spoken at many conferences and attended them, and had, you know, a lot of people praise me who are very respected in the business, and I'm so grateful, and don't feel worthy a lot of the times, you know. I don't feel worthy of all the recognition that I get, you know, and I mean, strangers recognize me, you know, because I'm fortunate I grew up here in the Lehigh Valley. So I've been here my whole life. So to sell cars and to do videos and to give away cars and to give away referral checks, and giving away over $100,000 in referral checks to my local community. You know, I sent a referral check to California one time because somebody from Facebook referred their friend or family who lives in Pennsylvania to me and then mailed them a check. So, I mean, Facebook is the reason that I'm as successful as I am. I mean, I know that I have a lot to go, and my goal is to ultimately own my own car dealership one day. I want it to be Bill Hav's Auto. If you have to have it, Bill Have has it. You know, that's the goal. So I just want to try to see if we got any comments in here. I can see a lot of people are watching. We got Kayla Wagner, Caleb Stark, Macho Velez, Amber Deptula, Brandon. What's up, buddy? Lindsay Summers. Geez, I must be saying at least a couple things that are interesting. Joe Spadaro, what's up, man? So Joe Spadaro, he's actually general manager of a dealership in Kia that I had the pleasure of going out to and just talking to his guys. I actually went to 3 dealerships, the Matt Blatt dealerships, and you know, just talked to them about my story and how I sell 30 cars a month using social media. And you know, now they're making some awesome videos, so I can't take credit for that, obviously, but I like to think that I was that lighter underneath their butt that lit the fire under their ass, you know? So, I mean, I'm just so blessed to have the opportunities that I've had, you know, and to be able to help other salesmen. I get a lot of messages from other sales guys all across the country, you know, hey, Bill, what do I do here? Or, you know, sending me their dashboard diaries, asking me if they can use it. And I believe imitation is the best form of flattery, you know, so I will never tell anybody that they cannot do dashboard diaries. Of course, who might even say that, you know? I'm sure I'm not the first person who ever did dashboard diaries, but I'm just the first person to consistently do it over and over and over. I actually started it one day because we used to record it from the outside of the car, right? So we'd have my manager recording the video, and most customers don't want to do a video, you know, so especially if somebody else is recording it, if you're outside in front of the car, people are walking by, people get nervous. So it was cold and rainy and windy one day, so I'm like, let's do it inside the car. I had nobody record the video, just nothing was working out that day. So I set my phone up on the dashboard and I clicked record, and it was gold. The first dashboard diaries got like 5,000 views, like 300 likes, you know, so it just clicked to me. I'm like, that is it. That is going to be my claim to fame. That is going to be, you know, what I'm known for one day. So now salesmen all over the world, literally there's somebody in New Zealand who does it. His name's Scott Nash. There's people in Australia who do it now. There's people in California, Canada, you know, Jim DeLuca, RIP Jim DeLuca, man. He was a great dude, and he loved what I did, and, you know, praised me all the time and told all of his salespeople about what I did, and, you know, now they're doing it in Canada. So that was some pretty cool stuff. But the real point of this whole live video was to let you guys know that we have 81 cars sold for the month. We had 76 yesterday, so we delivered 5, and we got 5 pending from yesterday. I had a customer yesterday, and of course we agreed on numbers, everything was cool. He's ready to take the car, and his kid breaks his arm. You know, that was just how my luck was going yesterday. So we took 5 deposits total, so hopefully all 10 of those they end up going, and then we would only have about 10 more. So we're trying to hit 100. When I first got here, the store record was 72 in February. So, you know, I'd like to think it's from some of the stuff that I implemented here. We had 2 managers when I got here who just were not good for a culture, so they were here with Ollie for 2 years, and when I got here, they straight up hated me, you know, and I don't know if it's because they felt threatened that I was coming for their job, or, you know, I mean, I don't really know. I can't justify why they wouldn't like me. So Ollie got rid of them. So both of them were gone, right? We bring my boy in, Ken from Hyundai. He was my original sales manager when I first got in the business, one of the guys who interviewed me. And then we turned our secretary into a finance assistant. So we got Ken Hittner, we got Kristen, who prints the paperwork, and then we got this other guy who we just got away from Sor Automall, or Taj Automall. He was the general manager. He's going to become our sales manager now. So we're going to have 2, because we have too many customers for one sales manager to do all that work. So things are getting great. You know, I hired 3 people here myself. I brought Nikki, the receptionist, in, who's our BDC as well now. She's killing it. You know, so I'm not trying to take all the credit and say that it's all me. It's 50-50 when it comes to me and Ollie, because Ollie had to, you know, sacrifice a lot for me, just because people were threatened when I came in here, you know. I guess it's not easy to not be the face of the dealership anymore for them guys, and then, you know, for them to hand that torch over to me. But anybody can get out here on social media, anybody can give money away, anybody can give TVs away, anybody can do that. And, you know, I'm not saying that's why I'm popular, because I give stuff away, but shit, who doesn't like someone who gives them mad money or TVs or free cars, or, you know, I'll just bribe everybody to like me by giving them money or giving them TVs or cool stuff, you know. So, I mean, it's like a popularity contest when it comes to selling cars. You know, who's going to be the most popular? It's like you're running for mayor, as Frank Granite says. There's a guy in Philadelphia who sells 100 cars a month. He's been selling cars for about 17 years at the same spot, you know, so he sells 100 cars a month. So who the hell am I to think I'm so cool selling 30? You know, so you can always get bigger and better, and I can thank Facebook for it all. you know, so I just take advantage of it and use it. So Scott Trail said, you and Ollie are like brothers. Great idea and energy, over the top. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, Scott. Yeah, and I got so lucky, oh my gosh, by meeting Ollie and coming here. He's 27 years old. I'm 26. You know, so the owners at Honda, I love them. You know, they were great guys. But it was the extent of they'd come in once a month, they'd shake my hand, they'd say, thank you for all your hard work. I'll see you next month. You know, so I come to a store where now Ollie's my best friend. You know, I mean, I said to him last night, I'm like, yo, is $400 referrals cool for today? He goes, absolutely. You can never do that at a franchise store. You know, you can never just do the crazy things that I like to do and implement them, because I don't want to say there's no rules when it comes to what we do, because there obviously is, but we don't have a franchise, we don't have corporate looking over us and saying, hey, Honda won't allow you to do this, or Honda won't allow you to say this. You can't say clearance for Honda, you know, until they give you permission. So at Auto Approved, it's whatever Ollie says. You know, Ollie makes his own rules because he's independently owned. There's no, you know, puppets, like nobody controlling him. He can do whatever he wants.
You heard that? No corporate, baby!
No corporate, baby!
That's right. Sorry, guys. We break the rules.
Yeah, we break the rules. We do whatever it takes to make the customers happy.
I was watching you. You said you called my best friend.
I love you, brother.
Thanks, bro. I love you, man.
I love you, brother.
Guys, $400.
$400 today.
Come on. Let's go. What are you guys waiting for?
$400 today. Doesn't matter if you're a customer. Doesn't matter if you're not.
Doesn't
Today
matter.
only. We're trying to sell 17 cars we got left to go. So
We need your
please
help.
help us. And thank you, everybody, for all your support. Thanks for listening to me blab. And I'll see you guys later on.
Love you guys.
See ya.